To Tracking the Week. On Monday, the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, welcomed the offer by SchoolNet India Limited and LearnNet Skills Limited to partner with Nigerian government and private sector entities to implement its KYAN Smart Class solutions in Nigerian schools. He said the project, which aims to digitally transform education by introducing interactive smart boards and digital content to improve learning outcomes, will be very beneficial to primary and secondary schools in Nigeria if domesticated with local content. The Vice President, who spoke on Monday when he received a team from SchoolNet India Limited and LearnNet Skills Limited, led by its Managing Director CEO RCM Reddy, described the KYAN Smart Class solutions as a rugged package with the capacity to deliver. He asked the SchoolNet Limited team to liaise with relevant officials of the Federal Government of Nigeria to deliberate on how to domesticate the learning package by integrating local content for Nigerian schools. Also on Monday, the House of Representatives had a committee investigating Nigeria's power sector reforms and expenditure from 2007 to 2024 queried Azura Edo Power Plant over the 18 billion naira it received from the federal government through the Nigerian Bulk Electricity Trading PLC within a 6-month period in 2023. During the resumed investigative hearing in Abuja, the chairman of the committee, Honorable Al-Mustafa Aliyu, demanded clarification after discovering that Azura failed to account for funds in its submission. Official documents before the panel show that between January and June 2023, Azura received over 18 billion naira in excess tariff payment and other financial settlements from NBET, which fall under the scope of the ongoing probe into public expenditure and the power sector. Azura's head of legal and compliance, Akeem Olabinde, who represented the company, acknowledged that the firm did not submit documents covering the payments. On Tuesday, President Bola Tinubu nominated General Christopher Gwabin Musa as the new Minister of Defense. In a letter to Senate President Godswill Akpabio, President Tinubu conveyed General Musa's nomination as the successor to Alhaji Muhammad Badaru Abubakar, who resigned on Monday. General Musa, 58, on December 25, is a distinguished soldier who served as Chief of Defense Staff from 2023 until October 2025. He won the Colin Powell Award for Soldiering in 2012. Born in Sokoto in 1967, General Musa received his primary and secondary education there before attending the College of Advanced Studies in Zaria. He graduated in 1986 and enrolled at the Nigerian Defense Academy the same year, earning a Bachelor of Science degree upon graduation in 1991. Also on Tuesday, President Bola Tinubu commended the courage and dedication of Nigerian troops who are on daily basis confronting terrorism, insurgency, banditry, and other security threats across the country. While launching the 2026 Armed Forces Remembrance Day Emblem Appeal Fund at the State House Abuja, the president said a grateful nation must continue to honor the fallen, support the wounded, and care for all who answer the call to serve. He noted that the Remembrance Day remains a solemn reminder of the cost of peace and the enduring importance of national unity, adding that the sacrifices of Nigeria's military heroes have significantly strengthened national stability. President Tinubu further commended the armed forces for demonstrating exceptional courage across multiple theaters of operation, noting that their relentless efforts have restored normalcy to several communities. On Wednesday, the House of Representatives proposed the creation of a special court to handle cases of terrorism, banditry, and kidnapping. The decision came following a long-week debate on national security caused by incessant attacks and killings across the country. Lawmakers were united in their condemnation of the serial kidnappings, attacks, and killings recently going on across the country, giving their opinions. They insist that financiers of the crimes must be publicly identified, prosecuted, and sanctioned. After considering multiple security submissions, the lawmakers produced 54 draft resolutions commending recent actions by the federal government, including the withdrawal of police personnel from VIPs and the declaration of a national emergency on security. At the Committee of the Whole, members reviewed each resolution, adopting, amending, or deleting where necessary. As part of measures to strengthen security financing, the House resolved that all security expenditures be placed on first-line charge to ensure predictable funding, and that approved security budgets be fully and promptly disbursed. Still on Wednesday, the National Universities Commission (NUC) received €3 million as the first tranche of the $40 million loan secured from the French Development Agency to support ICT projects in 10 selected universities. The funds have been deposited in the Commission's CBN account to begin implementation. The Executive Secretary of the Commission, Abdullahi Ribadu, made the disclosure at the inaugural meeting of the 13th NUC Board in Abuja, said the Commission has advanced initiatives in research, entrepreneurship, digital transformation, and skills development since he assumed office nearly a year ago. He noted improvements in internal financial management, licensing of new private universities, expansion of degree programs and units, support for newly established public universities, enhancement of open and distance learning centers, and ongoing system-wide accreditation efforts. On Thursday, President Bola Tinubu swore in General Christopher Gwabin Musa retired as Nigeria's new Minister of Defense in his bid to address the ravaging insecurity across the country. The president administered the oath of office on General Musa in his office at the State House, Abuja. The Nigerian leader described General Musa among sister agencies to ensure that the country becomes safe again. Still on Thursday, the Abuja Division of Court of Appeal affirmed an earlier judgment banning the Vehicle Inspection Office (VIO) from enforcing traffic laws and awarded ₦1 million in damages to Abuja motorist Abubakar Marshal. The appellate court decision upholds the ruling of the Federal High Court, Abuja, which had declared that the Directorate of Road Services, popularly known as VIO, lacks the legal authority to confiscate vehicles or impose fines on motorists. Justice Nkeonye Evelyn Ma, in a judgment delivered on October 2, 2024, held that the VIO was not empowered under any existing law to stop vehicles, seize them, or issue penalties for alleged traffic violations. The judgment stemmed from a suit filed by rights lawyer Marshall of Fallon and Fallon Chambers, which challenged the widespread enforcement powers exercised by VIO officers. On Friday, in a split decision of 6 justices to 1, the Supreme Court struck out a suit filed by Attorney General of Osun State against the Attorney General of the Federation with respect to the dispute over the withheld allocation due to local governments in the state. The Apex Court held that the Osun State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice has no legal right to have instituted the case on behalf of 30 local governments in the state. The court held that those who won the local government election and haven't been inaugurated are the jurisdict persons that have the right to sue and be sued directly. In a judgment, the Supreme Court held that the federal government was wrong in withholding the local government fund, adding that the action was in grave breach of the 1999 Constitution. Justice Mohammed Baba Idris, who read the lead judgment, said that the hand of the federal government was soiled in its decision to unjustly seize funds and admonished it to strictly ensure that the funds are directly channeled to local accounts. Lastly, on Friday, Vice President Kashim Shettima reiterated the commitment of administration of President Bola Tinubu to the preservation and protection of traditional institutions in Nigeria. According to him, traditional rulers are the closest to the grassroots, are the leaders and fathers of the society, and their institutions outlive every administration. Senator Shettima gave the assurance during the 45th anniversary of the Emir of Gumel, His Royal Highness Alhaji Ahmed Muhammad Sani II, at the commissioning of Gumel Central Mosque in Gumel local government area of Jigawa State. The Vice President stated that the tenure of every elective political office holder ends after 8 years, but the traditional institution remains. The Vice President, who congratulated the Emir of Gumel for celebrating his 45th anniversary in good health, prayed Almighty God to spare the life of the traditional ruler to witness his Golden Jubilee and Centenary celebrations. And that's it on Tracking the Week.